So I'm filming this video after the fact. I went straight to the lake. I didn't even think about recording at all. I had one GoPro battery with me, and I picked up some of these net bait C-Mac 11-inch ribbon tail worms. I got these from Bass Pro Shops. You can also get these at AmericanBaitWorks.com. All you gotta do is go to baits, click on net baits. They got a wide selection of soft plastics. And these right here, I didn't know I was sleeping on these things because these things are awesome. Now, when I picked out these worms, I was looking for the most universal color, and of course that's green pumpkin. But in Florida, it's extremely sunny, so I figured I'd pick up that green pumpkin candy. Now this is green pumpkin. It has green flakes and purple flakes. I love purple. Everything purple here in Florida works awesome, especially when it comes to soft plastics. So I picked up this awesome big ribbon tail worm. People normally call it a sea worm because on its side it has like a big C shape, but durable. I got one right here that I caught, I think 8 fish on, and I put up 7 or 8 fish on, and I put it back in the bag when I was done. Don't throw your soft plastics back in the water or on the ground. Put them in the bag that you brought. Throw them away when you get home. Let's not litter. Let's not pollute our fisheries. Especially if you find a good fishery, don't ruin it by littering and leaving your trash behind. Plus, everyone's gonna know what I was throwing. That means they're gonna start throwing it. So keep it to myself a little bit, well, and to you guys. But I caught 7 or 8 fish on this worm right here. Not a single rip in the world until I hooked into a big fish, and I went to go lip them. I was playing around with the fish, and it ripped right there where the hook goes through, and I skin hook it. Sorry, someone is calling me. Problem solved. But that right there, I mean, it's still intact. It's still intact. That right there means that this thing is extremely durable. Extremely durable. I got a tiny little rip right here at the top. That's normal, especially when you're Texas rigging. And these fish were literally, they were grabbing it, smacking it, and hauling butt with it. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys are subscribed to the channel. Give this video a like, drop me a comment. And if you want to save any kind of money on net bait, go to AmericanBaitWorks.com. Use my discount code 863BASSIN. That'll save you 15% off your entire purchase. So, and I'm not really sure if I went through this when I was out on the water, but I was throwing it on the Halo TI series. This is a 7-foot medium heavy. This is their high-end top of the line rod. Super sensitive 4-finger reel seat exposed so you can feel every little bite. Nice short butt end of the rod. I was throwing this on an SLX DC, and I believe I am throwing it on 12-pound fluorocarbon. Whenever I'm working a worm or a Texas rig, something slow where I know the fish is going to be sitting there looking at it, I'm throwing fluorocarbon. It's invisible. So guys, you can also save 15% off Halo rods using my discount code 863BASSIN. That's 15% off when you could be paying full price without it. So make sure you drop that code, and if you do, screenshot it, message me on YouTube, message me on Instagram, 863BASSIN. I'd love to give you a shout out. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I will stop talking now, and let's get to the fishing. Morning. Big worm day. There's one. That didn't take very long. It's a little guy. Here we go. Little dude on the C-Mac First one. It's a good sign. That means they're eating. That means they are eating the big worm, hopefully. Or I just got lucky with him. Either or. Slowly dragging this thing on the bottom. Well, more like hopping. But I'm going at a decent speed. But there's another bite. Got him right there. Second cast. It feels a lot better too. Holy cow. Another one. Second cast. Much better too. Much better. Can't beat that. Especially on our second cast. Woo! Alright, time to take a picture of him. Alright. Second cast. Second fish. See you, bud. This color is doing great so far. Let's keep it going. What the hell? How does it get stuck in the grass? Just like that. Oh, because my hook wrapped around it. Alright. They're definitely eating the big worm. I'm just gonna keep on walking, keep on dragging. There's a tube down here. Whoop. Oh man, I pulled it right out of his mouth. Dag nabbit. That would have been 3 for 3. What's going on here? Pulled it right out of his daggone mouth. Dang it. Alright, let's adjust. Readjust, reskin hook. Let's toss it back in there. I didn't hook him, I know that. So hopefully he'll come back and eat it again. Give me some spider webs all over me. Give me something. I was throwing it out a little deeper too, so I think that was the key. I was throwing it deeper and working it up that ledge. So I'm gonna try a little deeper. Whoop. There's one. Oh, come on. I must be ripping it right out of their dang mouth. Or I was covered in a lot of grass. That could have been the key too. Covered in a lot of grass like that. Messes up your hook set. Or I was popping it through, bringing it back to me. It's a whole big clump that fell off. That could have been it. There's one. There's one. Number 3. Hell yes, sir. Ooh, look at that. It wants that worm. This whole dang show brought to you by Net Bait. It's 11-inch C-Mac in green pumpkin candy. When they say get the net, they mean get the net, because you are catching fish back to back to back. Get this out of him. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3. Ha! Didn't work. Shit. 1, 2, 3. Ha! There we go. Got it. See you, little dude. I know you go and jump around everywhere. I gotta figure out what the hell you did to my worm here. Tuck that back in right there in that little hole. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. It's still holding up pretty good. I got a little tear right here. Of course, you always get a little tear where you're skin hooking it, because you're allowing that hook to break through the plastic and set. So wear and tear from 3 fish so far. Well, or like 5 because I missed 2. So 5 fish hitting the single worm so far, and there's no major damage to the worm. So it's holding up extremely well. That's why I wanted to bring it to this specific body of water. Oh, that was a big ass hit. Nothing. That was a big hit. You guys probably saw the rod jump in my hand. Woo! Almost hooked myself in the face. All right, something's down there playing with it, and he's hitting that really hard. It's probably a small fish. Normally the smaller the fish, the harder they hit. I guess they're younger, they're hungrier, they're cockier. Those big fish, they just swarm up. You don't even feel them bite it most of the time. They just suck it in their mouths and swim. I wouldn't mind a big fish. I am throwing the right bait though. Throwing a big 11-inch worm. I mean, that's big bass candy basically. This time of year too, it's hot here in Florida. I pulled my hook all the way through the worm. It's hot here in Florida. Those big fish are normally deeper, and throwing a big old worm, big old ribbon tail worm, normally gets the job done very well. I walked in the Bass Pro Shop looking for a big worm, big ribbon tail worm. I could have went with the traditional Zoom old monster, but then I saw one more pack of these left sitting on the shelf, and something just said, you know what, I've never tried the C-Mac before, let's go ahead and try it. There's only one left, which means people have been buying them, or the stock's just been there and it's slowly been purchased over a long period of time. But I talked to a Bass Pro Shop associate and they said no, those things fly off the shelf. So I had to pick up the last bag, and here we are, just like that. I might need to throw this a little bit deeper to get away from all this grass. That's all I'm pulling in right now, is just grass on my hook. And threw it on my pants. There's one. And he spit it. Dag nabbit. Something felt really weird on that. I felt a slight bite, but then it felt like grass. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put a little pressure into him, not set the hook. I don't feel like picking all the grass off. My mistake. Lost fish. Always set the hook. Can't control it. But yeah, something definitely felt funky. It could have been a big bluegill too. The way I was kind of fighting, it was really swimming down. So there's a fish. There's a fish. I saw him come up and grab that. That was awesome. Oh yeah, it's a good one too. Hell yeah. That's the kind of fish we're after right there. You quit for 5 seconds. That's a good fish right there, guys. On the old C-Mac. Look at that nice little fish right there. Nice little fish. All right, I got her released back into the water. Didn't record it. I had her out for a little longer, taking a picture, so I didn't want to strain her too much. But as you can see, there's some bubbles. She kicked off when she left, so she is safe. Good to go, recovered nicely. That's what we're after. All right, first big fish. No scale. I'm gonna go with like the 3.5, 4 pounds. Nothing more than that, but it's a good fish in my book. I know the Florida Trophy's 8. 8 plus is a Florida Trophy. I wouldn't mind that at all. There's a fish. Oh, came off. Dang it. Man, these worms are freaking incredible. I like these. I like these a lot. Especially this color. Felt a slight bite here. Nothing. Ooh. Whew, almost knocked myself out with that one. That's a nice little bite though. Come on, big, and let's beat 3.5, 4 pounds. Okay, we need something bigger. Or we'll just take a whole bunch of small ones. We'll add them all up together. That works too. I'm stuck in grass. Get out of the grass. Oh, that's not grass, that's a fish. And that's no fish anymore. Oh. Fish again? No? No, that's grass. I was popping it like that out of the grass. I was popping it. And as soon as I popped it out of the grass, a fish came up and grabbed it. But I was not prepared for that. That big old ribbon tail. It's doing that thing, it's just swimming. And they are just munching. Let it fall down to the bottom. Just giving that thing a little drag, hops. Letting that tail kick up, settle back down. Over and over and over again. Till I feel a tick on my line. Or they just smack this thing like a freight train. And they're smacking it and they're bolting. Leaving it exposed a little bit more is allowing me to catch them when they do run. Like right there. Ooh. Might be a good one too. That's a good one too. Man, it is. Today's a little size day. Right where you want it too, right in the nose. Whew. Well, I was gonna show you the other side, but he got that thing right in the nose. All right, another good little size. Can't beat it. Let this girl go. There she is, just sitting right there. All right, we are still on worm number 2. After that big fish, I switched it out. It wasn't in horrible shape, but at the very tip where you first puncture the worm, your Texas rigging it, it's starting to rip. So I don't feel like dealing with that thing sliding down the hook. I think after like what, 6 fish, 7 fish, I was okay to put it back in the bag and grab a new one. It served its purpose. I was definitely happy with the results that I received off that first worm. And this worm is doing about the same. All right, let's get another one as a plane flies by over my head. Catching all these fish. This is the Halo TI series. This is Halo's top of the line rod, their most expensive rod over on AmericanBaitWorks.com. All you gotta do is go to fishing rods and you'll see the Halo TI on there. And if you want to pick up any of these rods or bait that I'm using, the CMAC by Net Baits, all you have to do is use my discount code 863BASSIN and it'll save you 15% off your total purchase. So go over there, pick up a rod, pick up a few bags of worms, save 15%. I mean, who likes paying full price? I mean, I paid full price for this daggone pack of worms. I could have used my code and saved even more money. So do me that favor, and if you do, message me over on Instagram, message me here on YouTube. Let me know. I'd love to give you a shout out for supporting me. I'll support you. But this rod is a 7-foot medium heavy. It is a 4-finger exposed reel seat, so I'm feeling every slight little bump all the way to the butt of my rod. Nice little short butted rod. Super sensitive, super light. Great high-end rod. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fish down to this corner, see if we can catch about 50 more fish on this worm. And I just had a bite and I was looking in the opposite direction. Fish. Ooh, little guy is darting. This little dude has more of a fight than some of those bigger ones did. Hey, little guy. Got a face full of worm and a face full of grass. Get all that grass off there. Little dude, big worm. Let's just do a little size comparison, why don't we? Yeah, that worm is as big as a fish. So don't let people fool you when they say, oh, big worms, well, you know, are for big fish. Big baits, big fish. It's not true. Big bass will eat little baits. Little bass will eat big baits. They will eat whatever you put in front of their face. If you're throwing the right color, the right water clarity, the right time, or you just get super lucky, fish are going to eat regardless. Their eyes are definitely bigger than their stomachs, I'll tell you that. But like I said earlier in the video, those little ones, they hit hard. They literally see that bait and they go full force, full speed on you to get that bait.